Hello, everyone. Welcome to For the Love of Wrestling podcast. Again, do not even know what episode this is because we haven't done this in like 2 weeks.
6.
Yeah, you haven't been here in like a month. Today, I'm joined by Connor, Joe, Chris, and myself. That's it.
No. You gotta
What a rousing introduction.
rousing. Gotta introduce these people properly. We are humbly welcomed. Okay, I already fucked that up. we are joined by the great Chris Mullins.
How's it going?
How's it going? And the Dark Lord himself, Mysterio.
I see him over there.
He blows smoke in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
Shit happens.
All
Dan's
right.
even with us anymore?
I don't even know. But first, Chris, since you are new here, you have to do the inauguration. Not inauguration. I don't even know. Initiation.
I watched this last January. I have to put my hand on the Bible and recite some stuff.
No, you have to do the initiation, which is tell us how you got into professional wrestling.
How did I get it? Well, I've been into wrestling a long time. I'm probably one of the older individuals here. Been into wrestling since about 95.
Okay.
About 95-ish was when I got into wrestling.
Have you been to any like wrestling events or anything?
Quite a few, actually. Quite a few.
That's cool. Anything else that you want to share?
Like I said, I've been to quite a few. I got one coming up in March. I'm going to Fastlane.
Ooh.
For the record, I was not laughing at you. I was laughing at Ethan. He was just like you were like, oh, I started watching in '95. Ethan's like, okay.
All right. So
how old are you?
How old am I? I actually just turned 27 yesterday.
Oh, you acting like you so old. I'm thinking I was thinking he was gonna be like, I just turned 42.
Just turned 73 yesterday.
I think
I'm 20.
members of failed WCW invasion should automatically be classified as old.
Hey, WCW 2000 was the greatest thing that the wrestling world was ever given. So bite your tongue.
Ooh. I was gonna say, like, I'm 26. Joe's like 31 or 32.
Joe's like 73 too.
I'm 35.
You're 35? You're not 35.
I was born November 2nd, 1982.
You're not 35.
I mean, I believe
Unless I'm
you're 35.
Unless I'm thinking of when I met you when you were 32. But no, I've known you longer than 3 years.
I think I was 31 when I met you.
Yeah, because I think I was like 12.
I met Goldust before I met Joe Tinsley.
I did too. I heard Goldust talk before I heard Joe Tinsley talk. I was like, holy shit, Joe Tinsley's doing a video. And it wasn't even a fucking video. It was like it's like he started a video and then just like kept his hand over the screen and was talking like Goldust. And I'm like, well, okay, by the way, this is when I was new to e-fetting. And I was like, what the fuck am I listening to?
All right. So, the first topic that we're going to talk about today is the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw. Honestly, my opinion of this, first hour, phenomenal. The rest of the show sucked ass. Any of you want to debate me, go right ahead.
I actually will step up right here and say, if you expected anything other than a nostalgia show out of Raw 25, then you already lost. You already are way too far behind in the intelligence category. If you expected anything other than nostalgia,
That's essentially what it was. There wasn't even.
It's all it was gonna be. It's all. If you came in thinking it was gonna be something other than that, then I can't help you.
Like, literally, there was a straight hour of just segments and promos in between, like, the first women's match and then the Intercontinental Championship match.
Like,
It was like,
I'm gonna say there was
Alright.
literally only like 4 matches that night, at least from what I counted. There was maybe 5. But
There was
It
5.
felt like there was only about 4 matches.
There was 5.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the women's match and it was current women, I'm like, holy shit, we're gonna actually get some new people on this show. Because I knew it was gonna be all nostalgia. But I'm like, okay, they're gonna have, of course, they're gonna have the Roman Reigns and Miz match, and I thought that was gonna be the only new people match. I was like, okay, they're gonna put some new guys with some old guys, maybe old guys versus old guys. But I didn't expect really anything but solid nostalgia.
I was expecting more, but Chris is totally right. I probably shouldn't have done that.
You shouldn't have, because the thing is the Rumble was Sunday, so there's not you never want a go home show to add too much to the pay per view, because then you're like, well, that didn't have enough build. That's stupid. That just kind of got thrown in there.
Right.
You want it to be you want everything to already be set. You want the week before the pay per view. Like everyone always talks about how you need to have a strong going into the pay per view. You need to have maybe one strong segment, which that final segment with Braun and all that was their strong segment they needed.
Yeah.
Going into the pay per view, They didn't need anything other than that.
Also, the whole, like, this is one of the main points, the main focal points of the road to WrestleMania that everyone's been rumoring is the Undertaker. And when he came out and did his promo, it didn't leave anyone with answers. It left everyone with questions.
Oh, much more questions than answers.
And it was like, this made absolutely no sense. I was left completely stumped. I was
sitting there watching it with my buddy, and after Taker did that whole thing, I said, well, that was confusing.
Like, that didn't even like solidify if he was coming back or not, or if, like,
I think that solidified
retiring.
that they don't know.
That's probably it. Is that nobody knows.
They're going to give it about another month before they make the full decision.
Right. And it was just like, it's just as stupid. You know? Because they really should have, I know they have a lot of plans already set in place before everything is said and done. But obviously, like, this is I don't know. I heard somewhere that it was because, like, he got, like, I don't know what the word is. He was surprised about how small the arena was, the Manhattan Center was, and then, like, it just
he was there. Like, he's been there multiple times.
Yeah, like, he wasn't. That's what I thought too. It was like, oh, he didn't realize how small it was, so his promo, he messed up on his promo, and then it sounded confusing. It was like, how is that even, like, plausible?
They said it like 3 or 4 times that he was in that first Raw.
Right. And it makes absolutely...
Well, see, I thought that was the point, to be confusing. Like, I was like, oh, look at Undertaker being typical Undertaker. Trying to, like, be all mysterious.
Like, you didn't know if he was retiring or if he was threatening somebody, because even, like, the announcement... Well, the thing that really sold me on the fact that he wasn't retiring was the announcers didn't even use the word retirement, didn't even say that he's gone forever. Then JR and King, like, completely avoided that whole concept and talked about more as, who's this a warning to?
Right.
See, I really thought he was, because I was like, oh, he's retiring because he's saying all his past opponents can rest in peace.
I just thought it was
But then
funny
you-
that I don't know if it was someone on wrestling mentioned it, or if someone on one of the websites mentioned the fact that he didn't have his gloves or his hat.
Yeah, that's
the last
true.
time we saw it was in the ring. That's hilarious.
I thought that was funny too. And I know one of my friends mentioned to me in a private message. He was like, we better not see the Phenom. We better not see. And in reality, we didn't. Like, we didn't see him with the jacket, the hat, the gloves. Like, he didn't have. Like, that was not the same person.
It was not the
you know what I
full-on
mean.
Undertaker.
Thank you. I was gonna say, you get what I mean.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
It's the same person, but
Honestly, I thought, well, probably not there, but like somewhere down the line, we're just gonna end up getting Biker Taker again. I feel it. I can feel that. Like I don't know if it was that was the reason why the promo was so confusing, but I can feel like that is coming back. You know?
I think that's the only thing that can really make, like, because honestly, like, I've seen Undertaker lose now twice at Mania. Do I really want to see him lose a third time? Do I really want to see him wrestle another time at Mania as the Dead Man? Not really.
Right. Because when was the last time we actually saw, like, the American Badass? Like, 03? 03, yeah.
He got buried at Survivor Series 03 and then came back at WrestleMania 20 as Dead Man and has been Dead Man since.
Right.
So, sorry, I wouldn't try to cut anybody off.
Go ahead.
Joe, what were you feeling about Raw?
Right, so I watched it twice actually. I watched it regularly, no aids whatsoever. Thought it was actually boring most of the show. Then I decided to actually watch it while I got high, and that made it even worse. Like, I was literally so unimpressed with almost the entire show. And I hate to say that, because I actually like watching Raw, but like the only high point that I got from the entire show was the end of Raw. Like, I could have watched that last 10-minute segment and been totally satisfied. Even the women's match felt like it was lacking something. We all knew that The Miz was going to take the title back from Reigns, so that wasn't much of a surprise. It just felt so underwhelming.
It really did.
I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, it felt. I've told people this. I would have rather had a normal 3-hour, like, Raw with, like, a few surprise appearances from legends in there, and not a fucking nostalgia trip. Like,
well, here's something else for you. So they go ahead and they bring all back a couple of these quote legends, like MVP, for example. I'm sorry, yes, he's a very good wrestler, but by no means is he a legend.
Like,
and he was on the screen for maybe like 3 minutes.
And then
he got 3 minutes of screen time.
All they did was that, they had him playing poker with the APA.
Right.
That seemed like a waste to me.
That it seems like they just brought in all of these stars with nothing for them to do, and it's like, okay, let's just throw them into this card game, and it's like, okay, I don't want to see them in a card game. I want to see them in the ring
in an actual match.
In an actual match. Like, I want to see MVP in a match, in a WWE match again.
Do we think that actually opens the door for him to be there tomorrow?
It definitely could be. It definitely could be. He could answer Bobby Roode's challenge, But
I'm
like,
still holding off on my hope.
But like there was no need to have all of these announced stars to be there for only like 2 minutes per person to be on screen. You know?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Like,
I'm still holding out for my hope as far as Bobby Roode.
What?
Apparently there's supposed to be a Bobby Roode Open Challenge, and you mentioned MVP.
Yeah, on the pre-show. On the pre-show, it's that's one of the 2 pre-show matches that has been announced for tomorrow.
I'm holding out for my hope for that Open Challenge. My hope is that Dixie Carter introduces EC3.
Oh my god.
My hope is that Rockstar Spud introduces EC3.
No, but like, what was I gonna say? It was like, I was gonna say, we all know that it's gonna be Dolph. It's not that much of a surprise, but we'll get
that's what sucks.
We'll get into that later, but like, honestly, this was a lackluster show. And like, I hope, and it also didn't help that there was 2 arenas that this was going on in. That didn't help at all, because there was only like 30 minutes of screen time in that arena, and the rest of it was at Barclays. And so people got pissed at WWE because it was like, okay, what is this? We paid $800 for these tickets. No, like, and we didn't get jack shit. They got 2 segments, Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt, and 2 cruiserweight matches. And that was it. So there was no point of having a Manhattan Center if they just paid $800.
Like I said, it was there simply for nostalgia, and I guess more people should have realized that. I realized it right away, but I guess people let their minds get conned into the idea that there was going to be much more. And the way I'll defend the fact that, hey, they still got a good amount was the final segment, the Taker segment. I still feel like they still got a pretty decent bit there.
Yeah, like I wouldn't pay $800 to see that. I'd pay maybe $100 to see that, but not $400, not $800, not $1,000.
Like the thing is, I would have personally, if I had a choice between the 2, I would have gone to Barclays, because I knew that there was going to be more there. Anybody that actually thinks about it knew there was going to be more there, because there's more people there, because it's a larger venue.
Exactly. And there wasn't even really a lot that happened that night anyway. It was mostly like, okay,
that's why it was mostly backstage stuff anyway. Like, yeah. That's the thing is they acted like, oh, we watched the whole thing on the screen. There was a lot of stuff that people watched on the screen at the Barclays Center.
Exactly. It was like, okay, there's a match, backstage segments, not counting the Undertaker segment.
And crap, at least the people at the Barclays Center, at least the people at the Manhattan Center got stuff during that time that they weren't really having anything going on.
Exactly.
I don't think the Barclays Center they all probably just had to sit there and watch the screen.
Exactly. And it was like, to me, no point. No point in having, like, they shouldn't, like, completely get rid of it in their minds, the two venue setting, because it didn't work at all. Like, it would have been better if it was like, okay, we're gonna have an hour and 30 minutes at Barclays, and then an hour and 30 minutes at, like, the Manhattan Center. That would have worked.
I'll forgive Vince because he had other things on his mind for the week.
Well, okay. But, like, that would have worked a lot better, though, than whatever we got on Monday. And I think a lot of people would have been a lot more satisfied with that, rather than, okay, let's do 30 minutes at this nostalgia act over here, and then the rest of the time we're gonna just do it at this other arena where there's more seats. And honestly, I was about to turn off my TV. The only reason why I didn't was because I wanted to see what they were gonna do with the DX segment, and I got pretty disappointed off of that too. So it was like, okay, I might as well just finish watching. And it was like,
So I'm just glad that I guess was one of the few that didn't go in with my hopes way high, thinking something crazy was gonna happen.
Exactly. And we all kind of like speculated that the revival was getting buried. We all saw that coming.
Well, we saw it. We saw it for a few weeks because they had been on this "we're the greatest tag team of all time" shtick.
Exactly. And it was like,
do you know that I actually heard a rumor that people were talking about CM Punk returning at Raw 25.
CM Punk. We have a better chance of me showing up at Raw 25.
I'm glad somebody said it.
Right.
We have a better chance of me showing up.
Like anyone who expected that, they were gravely disappointed.
Plus the fact that if they threw me in an octagon with Mickey Gall, I'm pretty sure I'd last longer than 53 seconds.
Savage. Well, no, I think it was a minute 53, wasn't it?
Oh, so much better.
Oh, no. I'm not saying you're wrong.
It was 2 minutes, 14 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I know it was under 2
It
minutes.
takes 2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes for them to announce the number 3 entrant in the Rumble. He'd have been gone by then.
No,
He's
but
right,
like,
you know.
I was thinking in my head. I heard that rumor. I was thinking in my head, who would be stupid enough to believe that? I'm sorry, but like,
oh, you can con anyone into anything these days. I could literally go out there right now and use some Photoshop. Photoshop's a really fun thing to use anymore. You can con anyone into anything because people will buy anything, and that's why the internet is slowly screwing with everything in wrestling because it gets people's hopes up.
Yes.
Exactly.
If you believe it, if you believe everything you see on the internet, you're gonna be disappointed.
Right.
Thank you.
Like, remember, like, Connor, you remember when on Xbox they had that Hulu advertisement and CM Punk was on the cover? You remember that?
They know what gets buys.
Yeah, and then they were like, what the fuck is? Everyone was like, what the fuck is this? And then they're like, oh, it was an advertising thing on our part. We didn't know or something. It was some stupid reason.
Hold on, what happened?
So
CM Punk was used on Hulu's advertisement for Raw.
For SmackDown
that's dumb.
on Xbox.
That's why I stopped watching Hulu for wrestling.
Hulu doesn't know shit.
Trust me, I could literally do an entire show about how Hulu is wrong for wrestling.
Right, why is it wrong for wrestling?
We don't have all day.
We'll just say that they only show 90 minutes of the entire show out of the 3 hours that it is.
Yeah, I'll give you a quick synopsis. I'll just explain to you how their detail. Like, if you go to the details for Monday Night Raw, I'll just explain it to you. A 90-minute 90-minute edition of Monday Night of the weekly episode of Monday Night Raw. 90 minutes. 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Cuts it in half.
Pretty much. It
takes out. And when I was using Hulu, I would be talking to the guys. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, Raw was really good," and then they'd be like, "Oh, did you see Finn Balor face so and so? That was such a good match." I'm like, I didn't see that.
That wasn't in my 90 minutes.
What about Elias Sampson? Nope.
See, okay, this is what it says.
Anything with the cruiserweights? Nope.
This is what it says. This 90-minute version of the longest-running episodic television show in history thrills the WWE Universe as the superstars of Raw excite with amazing matches and unforgettable moments. That's the exact words.
So, I mean, they do that with SmackDown, too. It's 90 minutes. But, with SmackDown, it's a 2-hour show, so
you're getting a majority of the show.
Yeah, like, basically, when I watch Raw, 90 minutes, I miss about 3 to 4 matches. With SmackDown, I miss like 1.
Right.
Yeah, they basically take out a squash match that you probably didn't need to see anyway, and then they take out a segment that you didn't need to see anyway, and then you get the rest of the show.
Yeah, that's why for a while I was like, yeah, SmackDown's doing so much better because I was missing.
Well, and you got to think
3 to 4
commercial breaks too. Like you probably get almost the entire episode of SmackDown in 90 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
because I kind of got the updated version, well, slightly updated version of Hulu, where it cuts out commercials.
yeah. Well, like for me, I use like an Xfinity account, so I just can watch the whole thing like through live and not have it like, oh, it's only 90 minutes. We're gonna cut out this part. So
yeah,
it's like,
watchwrestling.uno, however, gets you the whole thing.
yeah. I mean, I don't
Hell,
like watching that. I don't like using that website though, because there's so many ads that are like on the top of the
Yes.
screen that it's like, okay, I can't see this. I'm just gonna go back to what I was using before.
Yeah, sometimes the ads can get super annoying. I'm not gonna.
That's why I have
Not
the
gonna
W
lie
network
about
still.
that.
That's why I have the network still. If there was no ads on that, I wouldn't be using the network. So it was like,
Of course, like the network is like 3 weeks behind though.
yeah. And that's why
But
I
that's-
use Xfinity, because I can just watch it like as soon as it's done.
Wait, what is it?
Xfinity.
And there's no ads on there.
Well, no, there is ads on there, but it's like DVR recording. It's like a DVR recording.
Gotcha.
So, and then there's also like you can use like Sling TV too, and they have USA on there. And you get all the you get USA for like $25, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, like I just use Xfinity because my friend hooked me up with it. So, but if like the watchwrestling.uno has so many freaking ads that I couldn't even watch anything. But so I guess we can talk about the next part of the show. So as everyone here is aware of, the Monday before Raw, I guess some officials walked up to Mr. Enzo Amore and was like, "Hey, what's going on with this chick that's accusing you of rape on Twitter?" And I guess he was hiding it this whole time, or not hiding the fact that he was hiding the investigation. I've heard all of your guys' responses on it. Chris, I don't think I've heard your response on it though.
It's fake news. This chick is fake news.
Yeah. Yeah, like personally,
If I was a chick, I'd backhand her.
No, but like Connor, I've heard your explanation on this. Like, do you want to like repeat what you said so people know what you said? Connor.
Calling Connor.
Okay, it would really help if I wasn't on mute.
Oh, okay.
Like I was just talking, and you're all like, "Connor, hello," and I'm like, Then I look down, I'm like, oh, the mute button. But okay, like I was saying, I usually just roll my eyes at obvious fake news, but since this has really blown up, I'm gonna speak my mind.
Please do.
So let's just let's just talk about her whole story in a nutshell.
I mean, are we allowed to talk about drug use on this channel?
No, I'm just gonna be completely. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, I think this, I think that. No. I'm literally just gonna say what she said and prove how it's impossible. Okay. I was raped by Enzo Amore. But I haven't been able to tell anybody this because I was put into a mental institution for 45 days. I was so traumatized. Yes, I'm making her look like a bitch because you're going to hear why. Okay, so let's just break down the story. Oh, and Enzo Amore got fired because he did not know about the allegations. So let's just break down the story.
No, he got fired
Okay.
because he didn't tell WWE about it, about the investigation.
No, that's what I meant. Like, he didn't tell WWE about the allegations. Sorry. Got a little ahead of myself. So, okay. So she even said she checked herself into a mental institution. She said almost immediately. For those who don't know, you cannot file a police report from inside a mental facility because you cannot have your phone. You cannot have contact with the outside world.
You're not mentally capable.
You're not. Yeah. The cops will literally wait. They will make you wait. I know this from, I don't want to say personal experience, but I've family history. I've not been to a mental institution, but I have family members who have. I know the rules.
Now that you say that, it's actually really funny because this whole entire time, nonstop from the day that it happened to now, every single freaking day, she has been on Twitter. Every single day.
Exactly.
Oh, she's made YouTube videos too.
You cannot have your phone from inside a mental institution. So let's look at something. The incident happened October 19th, 2017. So let's do a little math. So that'd be 7, 14, 21. I haven't actually done the exact math, so I'm going to have to. So basically, you're going to hear me do it. 21, 28. Make sure I did that right.
Yeah.
7, 14, 21, 28,
35, 42.
42, 1, 2, 3. So the 3rd of December, she would have been released. Meaning, according to her, she would have been able to do the police report. This was all brought to us in mid-January, correct? Or is it technically late January?
Mid-January.
It was mid by the time it got to us. It's been here for about a week or so.
Okay. So I'll say mid-January. December 3rd to, I'll even say today, January 27th, has been barely a month and a half. So according to reports, had air quotes there, Enzo has known about it for months. 1.5 months does not mean months. That is not plural. So, and by the way, when you do a police report, the perpetrator, like the accused, is not alerted right away. Not for at least a week or two, depending on the police department, the precinct. There we go.
Yeah.
So that would have been. She would have had to have done it by December 4th, by the way, because December 3rd is a Sunday. So so that would have been December 18th, which would have been exactly a month. And so that timeline makes no sense. I'm trying to think of other things that I told Ethan. Like, I have so much shit.
Me too.
God, Ethan was giving me shit left and right.
I couldn't.
So okay, I'm gonna get, like, I've done a little bit of research on this. I've looked on videos and stuff like that. So literally, her friend Sam Cook, his name is like I am Sam Cook on YouTube, has literal text messages, like actual receipts of text messages from one of her friends that says, "Believe it or not, bitch, I'm laying in bed with a professional wrestler."
Okay, pause. I know what all you listeners are thinking. Oh, well, text messages can be doctored. But why would her friend fake text messages?
Because that kills her case completely.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I'm just saying, like, if he's her friend, he would want justice. If it was my friend, I wouldn't be trying to break her case.
I wouldn't try to ruin anything. I'd stay out of it.
I would either stay out of it. Actually, I would stay out of it. But if I wanted to be dramatic, I may even try to find evidence to support her case or his case, not go against it.
Here's another thing too. Like I realized someone mentioned this on Twitter, and it was if she was quote unquote raped, and he used a condom. You cannot do a rape kit if the perpetrator was wearing a condom.
Technically, that's not true. Because there still may be something left behind. Because they would actually still do a rape kit, whether you said that there was a condom left behind or not. They would still attempt to do one. But if there really was a condom, they wouldn't be able to find any DNA evidence.
Can I just bring up the real kicker right now? Just blow this whole thing open. Yeah, we also know another thing just by checking out. Don't know her. I forget her name. But checking out her.
She has
Twitter.
such an impronounceable name.
Yeah, checking out her Twitter. She sells her nudes on Snapchat.
Yeah, that was another.
She sounds so reliable. And she's so traumatized from this rape that she still sells her nudes on Snapchat.
Does anyone know for how much?
I don't know. You have to tweet at her and ask her.
Wait, what?
He said, "How much are they?"
Like $40.
How much? Yeah, I think it was like $40 for like a few pictures or something.
But it was like literally, and I'm looking through her her whole Twitter up to the point where she's saying it happened, and she's been on every single day. And there was one I sent it in our little group chat, and it was like one.
Oh my god!
One
Ethan?
picture stood out to me, and it was she's like, one day you all are gonna hate me.
Oh my god, Ethan! Real quick, either send me a link so I can look it up, or you can look it up yourself. So when this was supposedly happened October 19th, correct?
Yeah.
Did she have any Twitter activity from October 19th to December 4th?
Yes, like every single day.
She's lying.
Every single day. Every single day. Another thing.
Because you cannot have a cell phone inside a mental institution.
Another thing.
Whether you're there voluntarily or involuntarily, they take your phone.
Well, and she said that because you're not allowed to just leave on your own whim either once you check in.
Well, it depends. Yeah, that's true. That's iffy. That depends on the place.
She left before her 45-day stint was over too. Apparently.
Yeah, they would have to like give her like not tests, but pretty much they would pretty much have to like see.
Make sure she's not mentally incompetent.
She's not gonna. Well, they can't help that. They're just gonna make sure that she's not gonna hurt herself or others. How stupid she is, that's beyond their expertise.
She hurt my eyes when she made all those videos.
No, but another thing too is this is another thing that I was like, okay, she's obviously lying. So, in like mid to beginning November, she retweeted Tupor. She retweeted Tupor. Why would you retweet somebody? Why would you even acknowledge their existence if
they're such a bad person?
If they're such a bad person and they were accomplice to this case? Why would they do that?
Exactly. You would not be like...
I'm just saying, she looked like one of those Caitlyn Jenner fellas.
I like what Ethan said, because he didn't even mean it as a burn, but it was such a burn.
I don't even care.
He was like, no, not towards you, towards this girl. Ethan was like, why does she look 13?
She did look 13. She looked fucking 11. Like, she looked so young. And it was like, okay, like, is she actually saying she's the age she is? Like, because that raises more questions, too. Because it's like, come on. Like, come on, really? And then,
okay, Ethan.
And then, like,
that kind of makes me concerned for your safety. Don't go to her page anymore. Because if you see these nudes, you have just seen child pornography.
That's pretty much what I'm afraid of. Like,
don't go buy them, Joe. Don't go buy them.
I'm not even thinking it anymore.
Joe's like, red flag. I'm not gonna be like Jared.
No, but another thing that, like, really caught my eye too, the day after this happened, like, literally, like, maybe 12 hours after this happened, she was like, I want to go out and smoke weed.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
sorry.
No. She was like, I wish I could get so high right now. If you just got drugged and raped,
why would you want to get high?
You're already pretty high if you're drugged.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what tweet you're talking about. That tweet, because she apparently got raped the night of the 19th. So why would you need to get high technically the next morning if you're still technically high on all these drugs that you're supposedly on? They supposedly got shoved down your throat. Right.
And it doesn't help the situation either if, like, the text messages were like, oh, yeah, I'm with their friends and I'm doing cocaine and I fucked this dude. Like,
yeah, and the fact that Enzo has had multiple drug tests probably since then.
Yeah.
Has not failed one because obviously red flags would have been thrown up at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I could have thought the Roman Reigns treatment.
They're not going to give Enzo, of all people, the Roman Reigns treatment. I like Enzo Amore, but they're not.
Honestly, he's going to get Benoit, and it's so sad. Him right now. He's getting Chris Benoit for this situation, and it's really sad. Because, like, if he's proven innocent of all of this, then it's like, well, okay, fuck. We just fired this guy because of something.
I could see it being a situation similar to almost like a more drawn out version of what happened with if you guys remember what happened with Emma a few years ago with the whole iPhone case or whatever.
Yeah.
They fired her, and then then all the other extra details came out, and they're like, okay, you're back.
Right. And I honestly hope that that's going to be the case, but honestly, I don't think that's what's going to end up happening. Because they've completely taken his profile down from WWE.com. They've taken his picture off of their production trucks. There's like all of his merchandise. I'm pretty sure is like 30% off right now.
You guys ever want to see Enzo Amore become the new CM Punk? You're about to.
Well, I don't think so because they've made.
I'm just gonna geek out if the next two nights are filled with Enzo Amore chants. It would honestly amuse me enough to where I would laugh. It would amuse me enough.
I would literally drive down to Philadelphia, buy myself a ticket, just to start those chants. You know, like honestly, like this is the shit that why people don't believe rape victims is because the rape victims lie. And then
there's too many that lie.
And then like all these people's fucking careers are screwed now because of these allegations that people put out there. Like if you were actually raped, raped.
Well, we think about this right now. The best thing going for him right now is the fact that once it's obviously official that he's cleared of all this stuff, every other company is gonna dive on him.
Right.
All Impact, Ring of Honor, all Lucha, PWG, all of them are going to dive on him.
Right.
It's going to be a mad dash because he's obviously got a lot to give to the professional wrestling industry.
Right. And honestly, I hope that like one day he'll realize, like WWE will realize their mistake in firing him. But I don't think that's right now. That's not happening. So,
honestly, like, I wasn't that upset when they suspended him, simply because, like,
yeah, I think they should have just suspended him.
Yeah, like I agree, because they weren't sure what was going on. And honestly, I think they should have suspended him with pay because they didn't know what was going on. It's like, hey, look, buddy, we're just like, no offense to you. This is how I would have.
We just had to clear this stuff out.
Yeah, I was like, no offense to you, but I know you're our champion. I know you're like done a lot to help, but we're gonna have to ask you to just stay home for a little while until we figure out what's going on.
It's like the Rich Swann thing.
Because yes, from a public standpoint, this does make the WWE look bad, whether he did it or not. Oh, there's an allegation. So yeah, it's best to send him home for a little bit. But it's like, but if you're innocent, dude, we'll bring you right back. We'll kick you right back into the story, and we'll even give you. Honestly, I think he should deserve a little bit of a bigger push just because of the shit that's happened. Like, okay, you're proven innocent. Sorry, we.
He can come back as the biggest heel of all time.
Yeah,
I would use this to my advantage. I would say, yeah, I did it.
well,
okay, no, that'd be
no.
That's automatic heel heat times 100.
Well, no, because then they would
I
reopen the
think
investigation.
of something better than that. So he comes back, right? Says, I did it. It just wasn't with her.
Sorry, what'd you say?
He comes back and says, yeah, I did it, just not with her.
Then you see Nia crying in the locker room.
Okay,
No, that's some TV 14 shit right there. They're not doing that.
Too far.
This is why they need to hire me as the booking committee.
Too far.
We would get kicked off regular television, but we'd find a channel that would eventually like us.
Bloody hell, they've got the network.
Yeah, I would pay literally for them to go back to the era of that. I would literally up the money I pay for the network if it meant that.
Right.
I still think the network's worth having.
Oh, it's completely worth having.
I was gonna say, I've never ever regretted having the network.
Oh, I'm a day one subscriber.
Me too. But here's
I'm close.
if you want to get into the network topic right now, they need to stop replaying replays. I'm sorry, but they need to do that.
What?
No, because they, every single fucking hour, they replay Total Divas and Total Bellas, which I don't give a shit about.
Oh.
They replay all these reality shows and, all these original network programming stuff that they have. I want fucking wrestling. I'm sorry, but I want every night there should be at least one show on the network for an hour.
Well, there's a wonderful thing called on demand.
Well, no, because what if I want to watch fresh stuff? What if I want to watch fresh
stuff? I like
stuff?
how you laughed at that, Connor.
No, but what if I want to watch something new? What if I want to watch something more edgy? That wasn't in the past.
Go look at it.
No, that wasn't in the past.
Okay, let me break in here for a minute because I'm actually feeling what Ethan is saying. Honestly, why aren't they televising house shows? Why aren't they making other programs?
They gotta pay. You gotta pay more money to televise house shows.
Okay, so maybe not every night, but maybe special events. Like, for example, Starcade was shown last year. It was held in North Carolina.
Yeah, I don't know why Starcade wasn't on the network. I will say that. I don't know why Starcade wasn't on the network.
That should have been a network special right there.
Right.
And I don't get it.
I guess it was because there was really no storylines that went along with anything there.
There was no storylines that went with Beast in the East either.
You would have had people tuning in.
want to keep that thin veil that wrestling's real, even though 90% of the population that hasn't been hit in the head with a tack hammer knows it's fake.
Oh my god, you mean it's fake?
Yeah, Joe, I guess the tack hammer must have got you at one point or another.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, but like I think that there honestly, even if what Joe was saying, like there's once in a while that there's some kind of special, I'll be down for that. It doesn't seem
I just think NXT needs a special every month, to be honest.
Yeah, but also it's also like I want to see something new, and I want to see something that's more edgy, you know. I want to see new shit. I don't want to go back and be like, oh yeah, I've watched Royal Rumble 2002 like 20 times already. You know?
It was a good Rumble though. Maven's still actually in the Rumble today.
Right. I'm just saying like I don't want to. I've seen a lot of what's already on the network.
Yes, we had a Maven Huffman reference in this podcast. Congratulations, everybody! Give yourselves a round of applause.
No, but I've seen I've seen a lot of what was on the network already. So it's like, what's the point? You know?
Exactly. Well, the thing I like is the fact that the pay-per-views honestly really go to that limit, which is what I like. Like the pay-per-views are really starting to go to that limit where you're seeing stuff like, whoa, I can actually see that. Like you're seeing blood more often.
Right.
Like honestly, in the last 2-3 years, I've seen blood a lot more than I had in the last about 6 years before that.
Exactly.
I've got to say that Maven reference that Chris made, it is the most attention Maven has gotten in the last 10 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like, I just, me personally, I just want new stuff. I don't want to, like, it's fine if you replay, like, stuff, like, during the day, but, like, the only things that you have that are, quote-unquote, new is 205 Live, the NXT, which is already pre-taped, mind you, and pay-per-views. That's it. The rest of it is
you're gonna get a lot of old. I'm guessing because they usually up the old content around this time anyway. That they air.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking for older content? Because like I was gonna say, because if you're looking for the edgier stuff to air on the actual thing, you're gonna see probably a lot more on the road to WrestleMania because that's usually when they up it.
I'm still waiting for WCW Thunder.
Oh yeah, ask our buddy. Where's he at?
We're talking about Rob?
Yeah, I'm talking about Rob. He owns the network.
He's not. I don't think he's in here. Is he?
Dude, he owns the network. He's busy, dude. NXT TakeOver tonight.
All right.
He's got to get everything set.
So,
he has to actually road agent some of the matches tonight.
All right. So since we're kind of getting into the last bit of this here, where did it go? Let's talk about tomorrow night, and we'll do like a little predictions thing, cause because we did this last month with Clash of Champions 2. So
we should do this at every pay-per-view.
Right.
Yeah, I like this.
So we're gonna do like pre-show stuff first, then we'll go into like main stuff. So the first pre-show match that's on this page that I'm looking at is Bobby Roode versus To Be Determined.
He's basically doing an open challenge.
Yeah, open challenge for the United States Championship. So
there's only about 3 names I could see being that open challenge. Only about 3.
All right, Chris, you can start then.
I could see it either being Dolph. Dolph's an obvious choice too. Everyone thinks Dolph. Like I think that Dolph would be a stupid one to have at that time. I feel like it'd be better to have Dolph interfere in the open challenge, because then you could open up a big Pandora's box there.
Okay.
Because obviously you could do the whole two title thing that they did. You could do the whole two title thing where they have this match, and let's say Rude drops the title right away. Who knows? But then you have the whole the CM Punk moment where when Cena had won the title, and then Punk showed back up with the WWE title, with the other one that he had been running around town and just taking pictures with at all kinds of events. He showed up with that, and that's a big moment. You can have that same moment with the U.S. title.
That'd be cool.
I feel like that'd be a much better payoff than have Dolph answer the challenge.
Yeah. I feel you there.
Cool.
I feel like it'd be better, and it'd be a great way to debut an EC3 or something like that, because then he's automatically inserted into that U.S. title hunt.
Right.
He's automatically in there because either way, I guarantee you it's going to be a good match. Because they have a 2-hour pre-show. You only have 2 matches on the pre-show. You're going to get at least 20 minutes out of this thing.
You know what? I'm just going to say something crazy here. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not even saying... I just think it would be crazy. Just what if? What if? Here's just my what if moment. He's just waiting there. Just waiting there. It's like, alright, who's going to answer? And all of a sudden... Now, don't interrupt. You hear the beer glass. And everyone's like, oh my God, it's Stone Cold. But it's not. It's James Storm. Okay, now you can talk.
James Storm would be a great one. Actually, James Storm would be incredible.
Just saying, because everybody would be like, oh my God, it's Austin, it's Austin. No, it's beer money.
Oh, it would be incredible. And the thing about it is everyone's been talking about James Storm and how, what kind of, because everyone always wonders what kind of theme song you're going to have. Everyone's already worried about what kind of theme song EC3 is going to have
Right.
when he comes here. And I was thinking to myself, the theme song he used in Impact was his song. He wrote that song.
Yeah.
Does he have rights to it?
Well, he owns it. It's his song. It's literally listed on what's it called on iTunes under his name.
Well, if he has the rights to it, then I don't see. Well, then he would be able to.
Yeah, he can 100% use it wherever he wants because it's his song. He wrote it. He performed it.
I could.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Joe, we've heard your theories about this, but what do you think?
Okay, so my theory is that you hear a Linda McMahon-inspired Titan-Tron theme play.
What, like the
WrestleMania. So, Dixie Quartet comes out to this theme.
Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up.
Starts running her mouth about how there's
everybody
a
does.
champion in the ring.
Dixie.
And then all of a sudden, she makes a reference to trouble. And that's
You're
when
all in trouble. Welcome to Dixieland.
Personally, yeah, your theory. I don't know if they would do that, but never say never. Honestly, but it would make sense if they were going
Dixie
that
showing
route.
up on Kurt Angle's thing really made me think something was big in the works for WrestleMania time.
Yeah. Yeah. I personally think it's going to be Dolph, just because we know that he's still under contract. He's working house shows. He didn't really leave. So,
yeah. Again, anyone who, because I saw so many people on social media tweeting at him, telling him that he needs to go to this company and that company, and I'm like, guys, your name's I messaged this guy. His name was Bobby something. I said, your name's Bobby, not Mark.
That's actually really funny.
Like, literally, like, you can't screw that up. Like, you can't be that ignorant to think that he was actually leaving the company. Everyone's always like, oh, he's leaving the company. No one, the thing is that in all these, and I'll admit, yes, I'm sometimes a mark, but the thing is there's so many marks out there that truly don't understand the concept that WWE is head and shoulders the top dog, and it always will be. I don't care about this. Oh, well, New Japan did this. Oh, well, this company did that. I don't care. The Bullet Club's running a cruise with Chris Jericho. I don't care.
Right. So,
I don't care.
Yeah, like, honestly, you're right. You're right.
I could throw a couple skulls and some shotguns on a t-shirt and throw up a little hand sign that's been around forever, too.
Right.
I can do it just as well as everybody else.
I think it's because, like, I don't know, people look up to them, and they're just like, oh, that's the new cool shit now. Let's copy them.
No. The thing is the thing that gets me is they will cheer for guys who know how to throw a super kick. Which I don't know if any of you guys have ever been in a ring and been around a ring. Super kick's one of the easiest things to throw.
Oh yeah.
It's literally really, really easy. Anyone can do it. I taught my girlfriend how to throw a super kick, and literally, it took like maybe 2-3 minutes.
When I was 10, I super kicked a kid in the jaw. Yeah, true story.
Yeah, but like literally, like you're gonna tell me that those guys are so great, but then you're gonna sit there and complain. John Cena has 5 moves. Roman Reigns has 5 moves. So does every other wrestler on the planet. Let's throw the Young Bucks out here for a second because personally they suck. They're the most overrated tag team on the planet. I'll tell you that right now. The Young Bucks, let's throw them out of here. Every wrestler has really 5 moves when you think about it. It's called signatures and finishers. Congratulations, welcome to professional wrestling.
Right. Like I agree with you. Young Bucks are completely overrated. To be honest, like I personally have only seen maybe one match.
They're the most unoriginal pieces of garbage I've ever seen in a wrestling ring. You want to talk about unoriginal? They're the most unoriginal.
To me, it almost seemed like they were a Rockers knockoff.
Oh, that's what they are. That's part of it. They're Rockers. It's Rockers DX. They're Shawn Michaels marks.
Right.
And bravo to them. Shawn Michaels is great. I love him too. But don't sit there and act like you guys are something great when you're just knocking off something that was cool maybe 25 years ago.
Right. That you're right about that, honestly. Okay. I'm sorry? Were you gonna say something?
What's up?
Were you gonna say something?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I just had to finish it off with the fact that this was literally 20 years ago when this shit was actually cool.
Right. Okay. So the next pay-per-view match for Royal Rumble is Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus the Revival. In a tag team match. So Connor.
Oh yeah, we got 3 pre-show matches. Shit.
Connor, do you want to start off with your predictions?
Yeah, I got you.
Connor, are you on mute again? Are you on mute again?
I hear you, Connor.
Wait, you can hear him?
Ethan, I can hear him.
I can't hear him.
Okay, well, it's something on your end because I can hear him.
What, Joe?
I can't hear a corner either.
Okay, well, I can hear you.
Alright, Chris, can you, translate what he's saying?
I will translate. Here, go ahead, Connor. We're on to the next match. We're on to the Revival versus Gallows and Anderson.
Here, Connor, how about you leave the call and come back?
back gutter.
See if
You know,
that
from
works.
straight up.
Joe, do you wanna start then?
Yes, I just wanted to say I can actually hear Connor the entire time. I was just screwing with him.
Oh, Joe.
Welcome back, Connor.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can all
Yes.
hear you now.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good now.
Okay. So, really, there's no wrong way to do this match. Because both of these teams are highly viewed as, like, fan favorites. I mean, being completely honest, it's like, you could have the club win, keep their momentum, awesome, build them up, they deserve it. Or you could have the Revival finally gain some much-needed momentum, awesome, they deserve it. So, honestly, I'm sure, like, other people are going to be like, oh, God, who are they going to screw over? Newsflash, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose, so just sit back and enjoy, like, two amazing teams slug at it and see what the fuck happens.
It doesn't bother me on who wins this match. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No. I mean, that's basically what I'm getting at. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all, but I from a point of who I think needs it more, I think Revival needs it more.
See, in my opinion, they do too.
But it won't bother me if Gallows and Anderson win, because I feel like they need it, but they don't need it as bad, but they still need it.
You know what? I think I'm going to agree with you and then build up a story behind it. They go at it. The Revival wins with some underhanded tactics because, well, honestly, who's the heel here?
That was what I was gonna go with. So I was thinking in my head. I was like, honestly, like the whole Balor Club thing has been so almost ass backwards, and not in a bad way, but almost so confusing. It's like, are they heels? Are they faces?
Like
I
friend,
feel like they want to pull the trigger on it being a heel group, but
they're so over.
Balor is so over at this point. Because it's something I don't get. I'm not big on Balor. But
see, I like the guy.
I get why people like him. It's not like like one of those guys where I'm like, I don't even get why you like him. I get why people like him. He's just not my cup of tea.
Right, and that's fair. And people are going to be like, oh my God, how can you not like Finn Balor? Because he has an opinion just like you.
Well, it's just like, I grew up in a different era of wrestling.
Right.
You gotta realize, I grew up in an era where everybody, the mid-carders, everyone was big.
Right.
And Balor, to see a guy that literally probably, well, at least he looks like he weighs maybe 195. Maybe I'll give him 210 soaking wet.
Probably
with a couple of bricks in his pockets. Like, literally, like, that guy is not the leader of your company, and people need to realize that. He will never be the top guy in WWE. The closest he will ever probably have been to a world title, at least to like a prestigious like level, like to where he would have been the first. He was the first ever Universal Champion. Was then.
Yeah.
That's the only
crazy
time you'll ever see it.
Ship
sailed on him. Ship sailed.
Yeah. But here's how I would do it. Have Revival be the heels. Have them go over. And then they start attacking Gallows and Anderson with some dirty-handed moves. Then out comes Finn to save the day. Now they're face, which honestly I think they should be because how much people love them. Now they're face. But they're kind of like that in between where we're faces, but we have an attitude.
It's like the Bullet Club, which is why I don't really like them though. But that's part of why I don't like the Bullet Club is because they technically are the heels there, but everyone cheers for them.
Yeah, so I actually have them be faces, but with a little bit of an attitude, and then you have those two teams rival, build both of them up, not just one. Build both teams up into the rivalry, somebody comes out. What am I saying? Somebody. Kurt Angle comes out, and the winner of the rivalry, I don't really care who it is, you're going to face the tag team champions at the next pay-per-view. Boom. Have it be like you know what? You're going to face the tag team champions at WrestleMania. Have it just be a short little rivalry to them.
I've got a better idea.
Do what?
So, I've got a better idea. So what we do is, you get ahead, have the match in tomorrow as a double disqualification. And then that way, that kicks it over into a three-way tag match at Mania.
Not bad.
That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting. Have both teams be in it.
I'm for it.
I'm going to build on... Well, actually, no, I'm not, because we're done with that. But yeah, Ethan, you want to take a shot?
Personally, I'm going to do what
No.
I think. I'm going to do what I think, and then what I actually think is going to happen. Like, what I want, and then what's going to happen.
So you're going to tell us what you think, and then you're going to tell us what you think.
Yeah, double thanks.
Yeah, no. Like, who I want to win versus, like, who's actually going to win.
What you think that is going to actually happen.
Yeah.
I do that all the time, so yeah. I'm just picking on you. But go ahead.
My personal opinion, I want the Revival to go over.
Yeah.
See,
we pretty much all agree on that.
What is going
we all
to
agree
happen?
that they need it more.
What is going to happen is the Revival's going to get buried, and we're going to have the Arrival pretty much as the Ascension, and they're going to have nothing to do. That's what
I would really not want that.
That's what that's what I don't want either. That's why I'm saying I personally want the Revival to win, so that way they're not just like, okay, we lost, we're just gonna fade away and classify ourselves as obsolete.
Oh, by the way, something I was saying earlier, but y'all couldn't hear me. When I was watching Raw 25, and I saw Bray Wyatt beat Matt Hardy, I'm like, oh, that's why Ethan didn't like Raw 25.
No, that was another reason why I didn't like Raw 25.
Yeah, because like Matt Hardy isn't supposed to lose a match ever. He's supposed to be like
He's just Goldberg streak that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Just have him win everything all the time.
No,
because that's how things work.
I was just kidding.
No, I just thought of a different way that match could end.
Ethan, I'm kidding too.
I know.
I'm kidding, but in a kind of dickish way.
I know.
I just thought of a different way that match could end, but I don't know exactly how they could pull it off.
What do you mean?
So what happens is the Revival ends up going over, beats Gallows and Anderson. The Revival is beating down on Gallows and Anderson. Then out of nowhere, the Undisputed Era shows up.
I was about to say, he's just copying exactly what I said. But no, okay, you had a different ending there.
The Undisputed Era gets into the ring, makes it look like they're actually going to defend Gallows and Anderson, and then they turn around and join the beatdown. That goes ahead and kicks off a four-way match at WrestleMania. The Revival versus Gallows and Anderson versus O'Reilly and Fish versus the Tag Champs.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that they want eventually to have Adam Cole as NXT champion, though.
Yeah, I feel like they think that having those guys is going to be big because of the indie marks. Yes, I've used that word a lot, but they try to pander with NXT a lot.
Right.
NXT is their pandering show. They pander a lot with it.
Right.
That's why I think they honestly need a mid-card title in NXT. I've said this for a long time.
I thought they had one.
Yeah, they had the UK title, but no one cares about that. That title means less than the hardcore title at this point.
You're right. And it should be the mid-card title. I mean, I hate to bring up 18, because I always feel like I talk about 18 on these podcasts. On my universe, the UK title is my minor title, and it gets defended at every pay-per-view. That's how it should be.
Right. And it's like,
fucking do it.
Yeah.
I'm just more intrigued, speaking of tonight, I'm more intrigued to see who is going to be in the crowd tonight.
Right.
We know it happens at every special event. There's a lot of names that could potentially be there. I doubt it's going to be one of the names that they've already announced are at the Performance Center. So I doubt it's going to be a War Machine, or I doubt it's going to be a Ricochet.
Have they actually announced Ricochet at the Performance Center?
Yeah. Yeah, they announced Ricochet, they've announced War Machine, and they announced Candice LeRae.
Oh, God. And let's talk. I'm going to give a short, I promise I'll make it short rant about, not Ricochet, about War Machine. For the people complaining that War Machine isn't going to be called War Machine, one, we don't really know that for sure. And two, who the fuck cares? Like, surprise, companies own rights to shit.
Surprise! Vince McMahon wants to have Vince McMahon wants to own everything in the WWE, which is a smart thing to do. Because if it's your money that you're like building up and everything, you don't want someone to be able to leave and take the money that you can make with that with them.
Yeah, like the whole Kevin Steen, Kevin Owens thing.
Oh no, that's the thing is like everyone. The thing is there's certain names that carry enough power to where like the War Machine didn't carry enough power, and people don't understand that the Indies is a very small blip in the professional wrestling world.
Yeah.
The War Machine does not carry it. There's a reason why like Adam Cole was able to use Adam Cole, because it carries power. Bobby Fish, power. O'Reilly, power.
Yeah,
Bobby
nobody
Roode,
realizes
power.
all three of those
There's
guys.
a lot of names that carry power.
Like, nobody realizes all three of the Undisputed Era, they're big names. They've done it tag team, they've done singles.
And
like,
they've been the guy. Like, they've all been, they were all, correct me if I'm wrong, ROH champ at one point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly was a Ring of Honor champion.
Actually, Cole's like a 3 or 4 time Ring of Honor champion.
Yes. Cole,
like, and that's like the most all time, I think. Actually.
Yeah, Cole has has the record for the most world title reigns in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he's honestly one of the biggest indie names they've gotten. If you really want to go down it, like outside of guys like AJ Styles, he's one of the biggest.
Honestly, yeah, he's in Bobby Roode territory.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is, he's so much younger. No offense to Roode.
He's not even 30 yet. He's not even.
No offense to Roode.
Yet.
I'm older than Adam Cole, if I'm not mistaken.
I was gonna say I'll check this right now while we're talking.
Please do. I could be wrong. I will admit if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's like 24, 25.
Adam Cole. I'm bringing up his wiki right now. He is 28.
Okay,
that means he's only a year older than me.
Okay, so he is older than me, but not by much.
He's got 2 years till he's 30.
Like, he's in his prime.
Like that. Like, people don't understand. The Rock didn't win his first world title till he was 26.
And that was considered super young.
And that was considered crazy young.
The same with Randy Orton.
Yeah, Orton was like 24, 25.
Yeah, 24.
Same with Lesnar.
Lesnar was about 24, 25 as well. Like, that's the thing is people don't realize that guys, like, the reason that you see all these guys and you're like, oh, this is crazy, they were crazy young. That was not a normal thing.
No.
All those reigns were not normal.
Right. And like I remember, and like it's really weird how they're, which I guess is understandable. They're saying that Randy Orton is quote unquote the youngest world champion in WWE, when that's not really the case, because there's been multiple that have been his age and have won titles. You know?
Well, I think they're talking about world champion.
Yeah, no, yeah, they are talking about world champs.
Because if we're talking about youngest champion of all time, it's obviously Bate was pretty young. He was young. Rene Dupree was only 19 when he won the world tag titles on Raw.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna beat those two.
Yeah, that's the thing is 19's a very different. Like that's Rene Dupree winning that. That's almost a crazy thing, and I hate the guy. I was never a fan of his. Never once a fan of his. But that's just crazy that WWE puts that much faith in you to say, okay, you're only 19. See ya.
There was a woman who was like 19 as a champion too, but of course they were counting the men when they said the youngest. Not. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just thinking she was 19 when she started. I really can't remember.
I was gonna say I think they signed Paige when she was 19.
Well, yeah, her too. But they talked about it was somebody on Raw that they were talking about. I can't remember who they were saying though. How old was Kelly? Like maybe I'm trying to like run down the list.
She was about 18 when she first appeared in WWE.
So maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm just thinking they were talking about Kelly when she started wrestling with WWE.
Here's some of the names so far. Yeah, I think they're talking about Kelly when she started wrestling because I'm looking at this like the U.S. title. David Flair was the youngest ever. It was in WCW, but he was only 20.
R.I.P.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy was 23 when he won the IC title. Paige was 21 when she won the Divas title. Sasha Banks was 24 when she won the women's title. Rene Dupree was 20 when he won the Raw tag titles. He was 19 when he won the ones that ended up going over to SmackDown. Hornswoggle was 21 when he won the Cruiserweight title.
Oh, wow.
Did we lose you?
Did we lose who?
Yeah, I don't know. Like you were talking, and then all of a sudden, like I didn't hear anything.
No, because I started on. I tried to like stifle my chuckling when he's like, "Oh wow," and I said Hornswoggle was 21.
Oh, okay. Hornswoggle.
He's like, "Wow, wow."
Yeah, see, I didn't hear anything about Hornswoggle. I was just like, "Oh wow," and then just nothing. So I was like, "Did I just lose you?"
Well, you show that it says 21 and not 2.1.
Yeah, probably.
No, they were talking about his age, not his height.
Height.
They were talking about his age, not his height. He didn't mean to pull his pants down. For anyone who gets that reference, love ya.
I get it.
Anyone watch Impact here? Come on, guys. I know it sucks, but come on.
I get it.
What's Impact?
Impact is my guilty pleasure show. I watch it because for the memes.
Me and Joe pretty much watch WWE for the memes.
Yeah, like honestly, like Impact's one of those shows. Obviously, it's no secret. I do. This is not my first podcast, which is why I'm so, I guess you would say, comfortable here right now.
Right.
Obviously, I do podcasts over with, you guys know Dom. Well, you might not know Dom, Ethan, but I know Connor knows Dom, and I know Joe knows Dom.
We don't have to talk about Dom.
Dom's good people. I know you, everything there, but in general,
I doubt it. Wait.
I get plenty of
hold on.
on those podcasts.
Hold on, Ethan, are you even here?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay, sorry. I looked at my phone, and all of a sudden, I only saw Chris and Joe, and I was like, "Holy fuck, we're not even on."
I was gonna say because in general, though, like I get guests over there, and I love talking professional wrestling in general.
You know what? I don't even have a problem with Dom anymore, for real. My shit with Dom's over with.
Honestly, like it's just a good thing to do.
Right. All right. I think we should move on with our predictions.
Yeah, let's do it.
So
we have 22 minutes.
the next match pretty much is what you get when your top star is accused of rape. Kalisto, Lince Dorado, and
okay, hold on.
Lice Doritos.
Lindsay Dorado.
Okay.
Gringo.
And Grand Metalik versus TJP, Jack Gallagher, and Drew Gulak.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Where the fuck is Cedric Alexander?
Exactly.
You're gonna tell me that this guy was the guy that, like, he was supposed to be having a title match at this pay-per-view, and you're gonna yank him off the entire card? That's shitty. Like, people want to give, like, WWE shit for, Austin Aries and Neville should have been on the regular cards for Mania. No, this is the biggest travesty WWE's ever done to the Cruiserweight division, is the fact that this guy should have had a title match at this pay-per-view. They should have even just said, you know what, we're gonna put you in a match, and we have a mystery opponent for you. You could have debuted Rockstar Spud. You could have had anybody from the Cruiserweight division be that mystery opponent.
Yes.
But you decided, no, we're just going to have a throwaway six-man tag because we want to wait for Tuesday to announce our new general manager and our title plans.
Right.
That's the biggest travesty they've ever done to the Cruiserweight
Completely
division.
agree.
I would have just...
Cedric. God, don't even get me started how good Cedric is.
I would have just been
I'm
like,
saying-
here.
Hell, Rich Swann just got cleared of all his stuff. He's allowed to come back. And you're going to tell me that you put those two botchy, masked fellas in the ring instead of those two.
That would have been amazing. Bring back, oh my God, Rich. Bring back Rich, because it would make total sense. Rich Swann was the original #1 contender.
Yeah,
Cedric Alexander won it after Rich left. How'd those two fight for the Cruiserweight title?
Yeah, those two, that should have been the match, honestly.
Yes.
But I guess
I forgot about Rich.
I guess I'm just the smark on the outside looking in. I don't know anything because I don't know logical things, because that's the most logical thing you have, rather than this throwaway match that literally all this is going to serve for is, okay, I have a little bit of extra time to make some food before the main show starts.
Yeah, that's going to be that's going to be Joe Tinsley's famous bathroom break.
Yeah, I can go take a piss, because now the women's match I actually want to watch because it's the Women's Rumble.
So good.
Yeah, but that's happening on the main show, correct?
Yeah, it is.
That's happening on the main.
He's just saying in general.
And that's the thing is people were complaining about why is this on the. They were complaining about why Bobby Roode was on the pre-show, because this card is jam-packed with matches that are going to take forever. Each Rumble is going to be at least around an hour.
Like, yeah, you have two matches that are going to be an hour.
Hour-long matches out of the 4-hour pay-per-view, 4-hour main card show.
Surprise!
That means you have 2 hours to fill in 2 world title matches that are going to be close to 30 minutes apiece. You got 2 tag title matches there too.
Yeah. And one of them's
two out of 3 falls.
I think what's smart is WWE gives a hard, has the Women's Rumble match kick off the show. Get it out of the way. Then have the tag title matches, the world title matches, and then the Men's Rumble match close it out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just hope they don't do the Men's Rumble and then the fucking world title match. Like, then the main world title. Then I hope they literally don't put Lesnar, Strowman, and Kane. I love that match, but I hope they do not put it after the main Rumble.
So, I don't know, does Wikipedia, you put them in order?
No, Wikipedia usually just throws them in order of, like, what they want to... Like, Wikipedia is built by anyone who wants to do anything on Wikipedia. I, last year, convinced people that a guy that died 10 years prior died that year.
Ethan?
What?
You found on Wikipedia that CM Punk won the Intercontinental title after he left WWE.
I completely had my buddy.
I'm pretty sure that was
change everything up on Mike Awesome's Wikipedia page to make people think that Mike Awesome died last year. He died in 2007, by the way, for those who didn't know.
All right, so I'm just using this for the matches.
And the funniest part was the
matches.
fact that people had already known that, and then I was like, no, here, look at this, and I showed them that, and people were actually buying into it.
Wow,
That's hilarious.
that's really funny.
That shows how stupid our generation is.
Yeah, but you can convince anyone of anything if it's on the internet.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna leave the Rumble matches for last, just because.
Of course.
That's
Okay, cool. Then let's move on to the next one.
All right. So I guess we can go into Brock, Braun, and Kane. Because that's the next one. That's after the Rumble matches that are on this page anyway.
Okay, cool.
So predictions.
It's one of like what you said before. We all know, unfortunately, this title reign's not ending.
Yeah,
it's not
because
going
they
to
have
end in Philly. It should.
They have plans. Sadly, and
LOL, Brock wins. Everybody.
I heard that a lot of officials backstage want Braun to win.
Everybody on the planet wants Braun to win. He is the most over person in the company right now.
Yeah.
He is the golden goose.
He really is.
Everyone's gonna catch those hands.
Yeah, like for real. Like Vince McMahon, he's everything Vince McMahon wants in a person. He's big. He can talk.
I just want to point out,
athletic.
Braun Strowman is so over that me and my wife threaten each other with Braun Strowman.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's when you know Braun Strowman is over. When he is the main like threat in domestic violence.
No, we're not actually.
I'm just screwing around, everybody. Disclaimer: Connor did not throw these hands at that woman.
Connor didn't give Kristen
I've never
these hands.
hit my wife in my life, but we'll be in. That's actually how I stopped an argument. We were arguing. I was like, "Woman, if you don't shut up, you're gonna get these hands." She looked at me. We just stared at each other for like 10 seconds, and then we both busted out laughing.
Yeah, exactly. No, and like I just think it's hilarious because I'll be sitting there and like I have a lot of friends who watch wrestling, but I wouldn't classify them as wrestling fans.
Right.
Like they watch it, like if they'll be flipping through, or they'll watch it on like occasion and whatnot. And I'll just it's just crazy the amount of texts I get. Like, who is this Braun Strowman guy? He's flipping all these giant things. He's flipping ambulances. He's flipping tractor trailers.
Yeah.
Like he's like it's almost like what the hell's going on? That they literally have a guy who's strong enough to do this, because this is not like any kind of rigged bullshit. This guy's just that damn strong.
Like that's crazy. It's crazy how strong he is.
Chris, of course it's rigged. Like, obviously they had an invisible crane on the other side.
Oh, obviously, like they obviously like had everything getting lifted up, and all he had to do was push it with his 2 fingers.
Exactly. Like, come on. Everything's 100% fake.
Like, that's the thing is also another thing. If anyone wants to doubt this, go look up him in his strongman competitions. Some of the stuff that I was seeing him lift in that, it's just like, why are they not using you as just the greatest thing that ever hit the WWE?
Oh, God. I need to say something real quick. Holy fuck, I just remembered this. For all you people listening, I know everyone listening is going to be a wrestling fan. So I'm actually probably going to share this everywhere on my page, on Twitter, on everywhere, just so I can get non-wrestling fans to listen to me talk. Because
He's going to be on
I want to say
Periscope later, ladies and gentlemen. Periscope.
Exactly. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but exactly. But this is why I'm going to get people to say this. It was just released. You want to talk about how WWE is fake and it's fake? The fucking NFL just admitted they fixed their games and they said this. And I quote, "Think of us like the WWE." End quote. Suck on that, bitches.
Everybody does.
I love football.
The world revolves around money, guys. I mean, the sooner anyone realizes that, the better.
I love football, but suck on that, bitches.
The thing that always got me is the fact that people will bitch. The same people that bitch about wrestling being fake are the same ones that'll sit through a 2.5-hour Batman movie because that's so realistic.
Right.
I've
That's
made that
what I'm saying
argument.
too.
I love Game of Thrones with all my heart. Game of Thrones is the shit. But people are like, "Oh, wrestling's fake." I was like, "But you watch Game of Thrones.
That's the same thing
Those
with Walking Dead.
dragons are not real.
That's the same thing.
Those giants.
It's the same thing
Those
with Walking
dragons
Dead.
and giants are not real."
No, but it's the same thing with Walking Dead. Because, like, my mom watches The Walking Dead. I'm not a really big fan of The Walking Dead. But she watches it, and she's like, that one episode where Glenn dies, I was, like, so distraught after that. I'm like, Mom, he's still alive. It's fake. Calm down. And then people in, like, middle school and elementary school would give me shit because they're all thinking wrestling is fake. I'm like, you know what, bitch? Barney's fake, too, so shut up.
Everything on TV is fake.
Barney's fake too.
Reality TV is a farce. Reality TV is scripted.
Barney's fake too.
If you literally looked at a child and told them Barney's fake, that is the craziest, most savage thing I've ever heard.
I think I'm dead. I don't know. I think the most fucked up thing you could have told me as a child, like, no joke, the most fucked up thing you could have told me as a child, look at me dead in my eyes and be like, in about 10 years, Pee Wee Herman's going to jack off in a movie theater. I think I would just kill myself right then and there.
Right, so I've got a question about the UFO.
Like, Pee Wee Herman was my nigga. I got permission to say that. Fuck you.
Okay. Before we get into racial issues here.
He's like, okay.
Does that mean that the Cleveland Browns are the James Ellsworth of the UFO?
Yeah, they're the jobber.
Yes.
They're never bound to win. They'll never win.
No. Hold on, who?
The Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns.
Okay, that's what I thought he said. I just wanted to double check. I didn't mean to be like, no, the Cleveland Browns are. And Joe's just like, that bitch.
They'll never win. They're not booked to win.
Okay.
There's a guy on YouTube who actually made a I know this isn't what we're talking about. We're a wrestling podcast, but still, it's hilarious.
It's okay. I listen to plenty of wrestling podcasts that go way off on topic.
There's a guy on YouTube who like revitalized the Cleveland Browns, and he didn't do it with like God, what's that draft thing you can do? Where it's basically you can get like Tom Brady on the thing and all that. I don't want to say fantasy draft, but anyway, he didn't do anything like that. He literally just did it the right way. He did it with like the drafts, some crazy trades, crazy free agents. Like he without cheating, he signed Drew Brees to the Cleveland Browns. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Oh.
But okay, sorry, back on topic.
Alright, so
got them to the playoffs too.
So the next match, AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a handicap match for the WWE Championship.
Right, so I'm actually going to speak here first. AJ Styles is going to retain, but I think it's because Daniel Bryan goes to interfere and ends up costing Kevin Owens the match.
That'd be interesting.
Did you say Daniel Bryan goes to the NFL?
Wait, what?
What?
I've said nothing about the NFL in that.
What do you say about Daniel Bryan?
I said Daniel Bryan interferes in the match.
Oh, interferes. I think you said NFL. I was like, why would Daniel Bryan go to the NFL for Kevin Owens?
Like, look, you Canadian bastards. Fuck you guys. I'm going to the NFL.
Hey, in ends up interfering in the match, trying to get Kevin Owens to win, but ends up backfiring, and Owens ends up taking the pin.
I really hope they don't let those two bastards hold the SmackDown World Championship.
They're not.
They're not.
It would really upset me. Like, I am fully on the train that Sami Zayn, literally, much like Vince Russo said, looks like my next door neighbor.
Well,
he looks like the guy down the street that works on cars and maybe has a 9-to-5 job.
I swear if you keep talking. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Though.
As long as you don't turn into the guys who are sitting behind me at SmackDown, we're all good.
No, no. It's just the thing. Sami Zayn he doesn't have that look. Kevin Owens, I think, has the total look of a champion. Kevin Owens has the total heel look. He is honestly like that. That is the prototype heel look. But Sami Zayn he doesn't look like a pro wrestler. Like, that's the thing is even the cruiserweights, some of them look like pro wrestlers. Some of them do. But some of them don't.
I thought they thought that Sami Zayn looks like Conor Breakfield 15 years from now.
Wait, what? What did he just say? I guarantee
Sami Zayn looks like
right.
Conor Breakfield.
He said that Sami Zayn looks like Conor Breakfield 15 years from now.
Sami Zayn?
Exactly. I don't get it, but it's funny.
Well, you know,
I mean, I'd understand if you said Kevin Owens. Well, I can't even have a beard right now, sadly. But the fact, I actually take that as a compliment. Because that means I'm going to somehow lose like 80 pounds.
But you're also trying to get red hair. Is that like really something you want in life?
Oh, that's true. I'd have to sell my soul to lose 80 pounds.
I was going to say, is that really something you want in life, is red hair?
Yeah, no, I don't want to be a soulless ginger. That would be awful. Which, by the way, is hilarious.
I can see why ROH put the damn mask on his ass.
That's so mean.
Oh, no.
He looks like he should have been running around with Hornswoggle.
By the way, I think it's totally random and totally weird that he speaks Syrian.
I think it's weird that he's Arab.
Yes, that too. That's my point.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it would make sense if you told me, okay, what's it called when you're about to say something offensive?
Racist.
No, not what you would call me. Trigger
alert, everybody.
Trigger warning.
Let's trigger warning. Be calm. Get the panties out of a bunch.
It's a good thing you said of a bunch.
Go ahead.
But if somebody was like, "Oh yeah, Jinder Mahal knows Arabic," that's believable. But a fucking pasty ass white guy?
I'll be honest with you. I play TEW. I book him as an Arab.
Who, Jinder?
Yeah.
See, that would make sense because, by the way, I want anybody to Google what Jinder Mahal actually is, and you're going to get mind fucked.
He's Canadian.
Jinder Mahal is Canadian.
Like he's not even really Indian. Like he's like kind of like half Indian.
Yeah.
Hey, half Indian, still Indian.
Yeah, like, well, that's fake Indian. Like, let's be honest. When I think Indian, I think, thank you, come again.
Oh. Okay, apparently the last, 30 minutes is all trigger warnings.
It's okay. It's okay. I gave them the trigger warning. I told them things were going to get pretty bad. I told you guys that I was going to start drinking a little early tonight.
So what you're saying is, when you think of Indian, you think more of Kumar from Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, Kumar too, from The Simpsons.
All right.
Thank you, come again.
Yeah, like some of our greatest Indians of all time.
Oh, apparently they've already put on the pre-show, which is weird because it's
the pre-show's already started. I thought it started at 7:30.
So did I.
Yeah.
Right.
I literally just hit play. I was watching fucking Harry Potter.
All right.
What a way to start your night, Harry Potter.
All right, let's finish.
What
I wonder how long he would last in a ring. He's about as big as Sami Zayn.
Oh, fuck you. And the thing is, I was watching old Harry Potter because
Oh yeah, that's the one I was talking about. That Harry Potter's not as big as Sami Zayn.
because my dad
The
lets
current
me use
Harry Potter is bigger than Sami Zayn.
my dad lets me use his HBO Go account because he wants me to finish Game of Thrones. But I watch so much other shit on there besides it, and they just put on all 8 Harry Potter movies. So
They're about to create a whole new show for Sami Zayn called 105 Live.
105 featuring
Sami Zayn, the one-man show. He's going to wrestle broomsticks and other things that weigh under 105 because there's nobody else on the roster. Maybe if they bring back El Torito, he can wrestle him.
They bring back his
featuring
racist
Rockstar
gimmick.
Spud.
Wait a
Rockstar's
minute,
like to be there too.
wait a minute. 105 Live, I've got a great idea for that. What we do is, the world title match for 105 Live ends up being Hornswoggle versus El Torito in a WLC match.
Please don't fucking ever mention that again. That was awful.
And actually, they're just going to let the other guy that's 105 on the roster hold the belt above the ladder, and it's Sami Zayn.
My gosh. All right, let's move on.
Man, that was a fun conversation.
Let's move on because NXT is starting soon, so I'm sure we all want to catch
let's
that.
get this thing rolling.
All right, so Seth Rollins, Jason Jordan versus Cesaro and Sheamus.
I want to see. I don't like Sheamus. I don't like Cesaro. And I've tried. I don't like him as singles guys. I don't like him as a tag team. They're boring to me. I don't really like. I don't like Jason Jordan either.
I don't like
Seth Rollins is the only person in this ring I like.
I think what's gonna happen is like Jason Jordan, Seth Rollins are gonna have conflicts, and then ultimately setting up their match for WrestleMania, or their feud toward WrestleMania, and then they're gonna just drop the titles to Sheamus and Cesaro, and then after that they're gonna do like what we were talking about before with the tag titles, so that way Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins can have their feud because Dean is injured.
Yes, it needs to happen. Unfortunately, that means everyone's going to be upset. We all know, well, if you didn't know now you do. Jason Jordan's going to win that feud.
Which is, I agree with you 100% when I say I absolutely hate Jason Jordan. He is boring.
And the thing is I'm not going to be one of those people that didn't give it a chance. There's a lot of people who didn't give it a chance, have never given it a chance.
I definitely gave it a chance.
I give everything a chance for a bit. Like I give it a couple weeks. Give it about a month.
I'm still trying to give it a chance.
I was lenient,
after a month it doesn't stick, or after a month and a half, like even up to a month point, like I'll be like, okay, cool, it's not really sticking just yet, but it's getting somewhere. Let's see it for a little bit longer. And I've tried and tried and tried. Like I continue to try to want to enjoy him as a professional wrestler.
His matches are good.
Like, he's great in ring, but there's a lot of people who are great in ring that shouldn't be booked where they're at.
Exactly.
There's a lot of people who are great in ring that shouldn't be given the mic. I'll tell you right now, another controversial topic that people aren't going to like, again, trigger warning for all the wrestling fans out there. Chris Benoit sucked on the fucking mic.
Yeah, he wasn't that great on the mic.
He was horrible. There's a reason that he never talked on the mic. There was a reason that he's had managers multiple times in his career. He was put around people that could talk because he couldn't.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's one of the greatest in-ring people. He'll never go to the Hall of Fame because of what he did, and people have to deal with that. I've accepted it.
Me too.
But again,
he was accused of doing.
He will never go to the Hall of Fame for his mouth. He never, there's not one memorable Benoit promo I can pull out of my ass right now.
No. I'm a Benoit fan, and I completely agree with that. He was not good on the mic.
at all. Like he was monotone. He was a robot.
Yeah.
Like literally, like he was Lance Storm. Another great concept. Great in ring. Lance Storm. Every time I watched him wrestle, it was incredible.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember when like Chris beat like Orlando Jordan in like 22 seconds?
Exactly.
I was watching that on YouTube and I was like, what the fuck? Like, okay, it just seemed like they were either A, burying Orlando Jordan, or B, they just didn't really give a shit about like Chris winning.
Oh yeah, that's the thing is they don't like. No one realizes that like he's just kind of there. Like you just give him things to do because he gets over with fans. There's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people who will have that for the rest of their career. They are only put on stuff because it's like, oh, we don't have anything else for him to do, so you know what? We're just gonna give him this.
Yeah.
Lots of guys get that.
Completely. Even Finn seems like that right now.
That's Finn Balor in a nutshell right over the last month. The only reason he's been on is because everyone likes him. He has no direction. That's why I was saying there's really no direction with this whole. You don't know if they're faces or heels with the whole Balor Club because they're just on TV because they're over. You don't know what to make them right now because there's a million different directions you could do with them. You have no actual plans for them, but they're over.
Right. All right. So, next we have the Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
Gable and Benjamin will probably take this.
That's what I'm thinking too. Well, actually, I think so too. But then the Usos will just eventually end up winning it back.
Oh, that's the thing is the Usos are going to be a constant in the SmackDown Tag Title hunt because let's look at the tag teams outside of those two that are in the ring tonight. I mean, we got the Bludgeon Brothers.
Breezango.
We got
Ascension.
The Ascension, who is face tag team now.
You have New Day.
Yeah, the New Day. You have Primo and Epico, who I've not seen in months, but they're still listed on the roster.
I did not know they were still around.
Yeah, they're still listed on the roster.
Oh shit! I just remembered that they're going to do the NXT year-end awards, so I think I'll announce the winners as I'm watching it.
That's probably why it's an hour long.
That's why it's an hour long. Yeah.
All right.
Fuck! I completely forgot.
All right.
I was like, what?
But yeah, for real, I don't see where it could go from there. That's the thing is at this point you've run the whole angle with they got screwed out of the pinfall there. You booked this big giant match for the Rumble. The only way it can go is because if the Usos win it here, then it's like okay, Gable and Benjamin are done. They're out of the title hunt. They're just there.
Right. Me personally, I don't even know where they're going with the SmackDown Tag Team division at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you got another tag team. You got Rusev and Aiden English.
Oh yeah.
God, they're such an amazing tag team.
Rusev Day, as you want to call it.
Just to clarify, Primo is out with an injury right now.
That's why we haven't seen him.
Primo has a proverbial injury. He's always injured.
Right.
He injured my eyes.
Sorry, that was funny.
All right.
He stole John Cena's gimmick. You can't see him.
All right. Real quickly, Men's Royal Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble.
Men's Royal Rumble, again, gonna piss off a lot of people, but again, accepting is half the battle. Roman Reigns is gonna win, unfortunately.
I feel like if they put Roman out there again at number 30,
it's gonna piss off all of Philadelphia. It's gonna be funny.
Philadelphia's gonna burn.
This time I'm watching it from a point that I know he's gonna win it this time, and it's gonna be funny as hell watching all the Philadelphia fans get upset.
It's like, come on. For me, it's like, come on. Like, no, like I personally hate Roman Reigns.
Like Vince McMahon, the greatest troll of all time.
Yeah, essentially. I mean,
He's the
like,
greatest troll of all time. He's just like, oh, you know what? We're in Philly again, Roman. You get the Rumble again.
right. And, like, honestly, like, I was a Roman fan at one point when he first broke off. Because, like, I thought it had some potential. But then I started realizing this sucks. He's not good on the mic.
I get so much heat, but I still am.
Oh, I love Roman. I think the thing about it is I'm big on the concept of if you continue to go out there and get better every time you go out there, I'm going to be a fan of you. I was a fan of Enzo.
Yeah, me too.
Because he was always great on the mic. He was always top-notch on the mic. But he continued to go out there and get better in ring every time you saw him. Every time you saw him, it wouldn't be leaps and bounds every time, but a little bit each time. And bit by bit, it chips away. And then you eventually become that point where you're like, okay, you're a quality in-ring guy. And that's what Roman's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 100% what Roman's done.
So, for me, I'm going to say Shinsuke.
Holy fuck.
What?
Guess who's on the takeover right now?
Who?
Samoa Joe.
Samoa. Joey Samoa.
Huh.
We got Samoa Joe at the announcer table.
Fat.
Shut up.
All right.
You're turning into the guy that sat behind me.
Well, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, it looks like they double enforced the ring. Kevin Owens is out here. Hey, fatty, go eat a cheeseburger.
I don't even think Kevin Owens is fat, but Joe's fat.
Not really.
Like Joe's Samoan. That's the thing is, I feel like Samoans, because eventually Roman's going to be that big too. No one realizes it, but eventually Roman's going to be that big.
The only reason why Roman is, like, as jacked as he is because of steroids. I'm sorry, I'm putting that out there. It's because of steroids. Because not even the Usos are not that jacked. I'm sorry, but that's
not everyone that's jacked uses steroids. Come on.
Well.
Thank you.
Rein you back in here a little bit.
Well, I'm sorry, but like, after the recent allegations that are going on, I feel like that's it.
Oh yeah, so a guy that is going to jail for steroids puts out a list of people. He's not going to throw out some of the biggest names he can.
That's classic. That's classic. Like, I mean, it's so obvious. It's like, oh yeah. See, I gave steroids to James Ellsworth, of course.
So you're going to tell me that if I was getting in trouble for selling hardcore drugs, if I threw out a bunch of celebrity Hollywood names that look like they do fucking drugs, you're not going to believe it?
Especially if they've gotten in trouble for other drugs before.
Yeah, especially. That's the thing is you can completely, like, find out, like, anything. Like, that's the thing is with Enzo. With Enzo, I'll even compare it to the whole Enzo situation. Everyone knew Enzo was getting in trouble. Everyone knew the same lines Enzo used on all these stories that they've heard, these horror stories they've heard of Enzo outside the ring. Anyone could concoct a story out of that. Yeah. It takes no time at all. You don't have to be a professional to write a story.
Hell, well, I'm not going to go into that.
Right, so here's my prediction for the men's rumble. Roman Reigns is going to be the part of the final two, but it's who beats him as the surprise. Shinsuke Nakamura.
That's what I was gonna say too. Shinsuke Nakamura.
The thing that throws me off on anybody on SmackDown winning the Rumble is because obviously I told you I'm going to Fastlane.
Okay.
Fastlane, they're advertising a giant main event for Fastlane. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Yep.
It's a giant main event. It involves
like
every big name, except for a few. There's a few out there, a few outliers out there that might be able to win this Rumble. Jinder was one of the guys who I think you can give Jinder the Rumble. It would piss people off, but it'd be funny.
God, if Jinder won the Rumble.
I mean, Vince, don't act like the Rumble's been a big thing, Vince. You let yourself win the Rumble in 1999.
That would be an even bigger troll than Roman winning it.
Yeah, that would be the biggest troll. Which, if anyone knows me, they know I love the troll. I don't even get mad about it. I love seeing people get angry. I just love the fact that like I know that I'll go to social media right after the bell rings and and Gender's music starts playing and it'll blow up. It'll be like walking into a war zone.
Right. I feel like it'd be the same with Roman too, though.
Yeah, that's the thing is that's why like I don't mind any of this. I think it's gonna be hilarious. I'm just gonna sit back, enjoy the show.
Okay, so the winner of Rivalry of the Year for NXT Rivalry of the Year, which this surprises the fuck out of me because it was such a late rivalry. Aleister Black versus Velveteen Dream.
That's a marquee pick.
That was such a great match. I'm sorry.
It was a great match, but that's a marquee pick for if you're talking of the year.
No, it wasn't match of the year. It was rivalry of the year.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That was a great match. That potential match of the year for NXT, but
it was such a short rivalry.
Yeah, it was only a few weeks long.
That I agree. That kind of blew my mind. Did not vote for that one, and I voted for all these. Did not vote for that one. No offense to those guys. They had an amazing match, but their rivalry was just a few weeks.
And it wasn't really anything big. Like the blow off of the match was literally that, and then there wasn't even anything after the match. It was just like, okay, I'll say your name now, Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was really cool.
You never even got a reference. You never even got a reference after that.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool that he did that, but yeah.
Like, literally, if I missed that takeover, I would have never even realized that this was a thing.
Right.
Like, if I just completely didn't watch NXT for like a month, because I was just like, you know what, I have other things I got going on in these times. I would have literally not.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna miss the Royal Rumble tomorrow because I have to be an adult.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'll be watching it Monday.
That's always a good time to watch it. Anyway, honestly, like that's the thing is half the time on these pay-per-views, what I'll do is I turn off any social media notifications. I turn off my WWE Network notifications, and I literally just go out and do whatever, and then I'll come back and watch it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
I literally avoided.
You don't have to necessarily turn off your phone, but just turn off notifications for like Messenger, Twitter, Facebook. Turn off the WWE Network. Turn off the WWE app notifications.
I didn't go on my Facebook for a week.
Yeah, that's what I do all the time. I do it all the time, anytime I go anywhere.
I didn't go on Facebook for like a week because I wanted to watch SummerSlam on the way home from my vacation, because where I went there was no service or no Wi-Fi, so I couldn't watch it. So I didn't go on Facebook for a week because I didn't want it spoiled.
Oh, you see, like that's the thing. That's okay.
Yeah.
Like that, but like that's the thing is you got to realize like all the people that sit there and say, well, I couldn't avoid this, couldn't avoid that. You can.
Right.
You can avoid any spoilers you don't want.
Right.
Caleb Braxton.
I was gonna say, I'm sure y'all hear her talking right now.
Oh, I love her. She's my favorite.
Yeah. All right. Let's finish it off. Women's Rumble.
Oscar.
That's interesting. I was thinking, even though she said she wasn't going to be there, I'm taking that with a grain of salt. Rousey. Ronda Rousey is what I'm thinking.
I think Oscar and Rousey are coming.
Yeah, that's another thing. Is anyone who thinks because Rousey said, "Oh, I'm not going to be in this." No, she's going to be there. She's obviously not going to come out and say, "Yeah, I'm going to be there," because WWE would be so pissed off.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Rousey and Oscar are going to be the final two, but Oscar end up eliminating Rousey.
Here's what I think. I want
to go ahead and say a surprise that we're going to get. That I'm probably going to be one of the few people to say it, but I'm going to say it, and I don't even care. And y'all can tell me, oh, well, that's not going to happen because of da-da-da. Well, I'm going to still say it anyway, unless you prove me wrong. Surprise debut at the Women's Royal Rumble. From Lucha Underground. Gonna have some Ivelisse.
Oh, I would like that.
I would too.
That's
She would be such an...
I feel like this is the perfect place to debut people.
Yes.
Like you can easily debut people and it not be like, oh, well, why didn't we put them through NXT first? This is the one time a year where I will allow it.
Well, hell, they'll debut people at the Royal Rumble and they'll still be in NXT.
Yeah, they'll send them back to NXT.
Like, I think Black.
Well, no, I mean, like,
I
right
think
away.
Aleister Black's going to be in the,
like,
in the
that's
men's
the thing
Rumble.
is, like, this is the time. Just debut as many as you can. I don't know why they always are like, well, hey, we don't want to do that. I would debut as many people as I could.
That's what I always do on my game.
Like,
that's the way to book it. That's you want the surprises. No one wants a Rumble where you know everyone in it. There was a reason last year's Rumble was very underwhelming.
And the male competitor of the year is
Johnny.
Aleister Black.
Damn it, Marky pick.
I think I actually voted for that one.
Andrade was who I voted for.
Andrade's pretty good too.
I don't remember if I voted for Aleister or not Bobby Roode. I think it was either Aleister or Bobby Roode, but I think I ended up voting for Aleister. I think. Really can't remember because that was one of the ones I was like, God, I can't really decide here. Andrade did have a good year, but I just wouldn't quite put him as the winner there.
I'm just so excited to get him on the main roster.
Right. Me too. I think he could do great things. So to say, I don't not like Aleister Black. He's great. So don't get me wrong there. Aleister Black, or what the fuck? Why am I saying Aleister Black? I meant to say Andrade Cien Almas. Andrade Cien Almas could do great things on the main roster. Honestly, I think it's a huge crime he was left off of 2K18.
I think people were saying that he requested to not be on 2K18.
I heard that too, but that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, that doesn't at all. Like that's one of those things. Like it's like no, because they're like, well, he probably didn't want to be on such a crap game. No, you quit being a mark about it. Don't.
The game is awesome.
Nobody wants to not have extra money in their pocket.
Yeah,
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
They get killer money to have their.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Which is why everyone's always like, no, they're not going to WWE. Also, they don't like money.
Oh, you already know one surprise entrant into the Men's Royal Rumble, although he won't be winning it.
Men or women?
Men, he said.
Oh, yeah, he did say men, my bad.
Drew McIntyre.
That would be cool, I'd like that.
He's hurt.
Yeah.
Well,
it was John Cena in 2008, and look what happened.
Yeah, John Cena, that wasn't 2 months after that. This is literally like 2-3 months after that.
Well, no. Like, I actually did the math, and like the math would be right around Royal Rumble.
I just like.
There's been a couple of times that John Cena's been injured, and he comes back after 2 months. Like
Cena's a freak, though. We've already discussed the concept that Cena is literally head and shoulders one of the hardest working individuals in this industry that they've ever seen in all the years of it.
Yeah. Anybody who doesn't agree with that's an idiot.
I don't dispute that at all, but so is Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre is amazing.
All right. Any final thoughts on the pay-per-view card before we end?
I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a few injury returns. This one, I'm gonna put out the one that's least likely to happen. But it still could happen, possibly. The least likely to happen, I'll say, is Big Cass.
Yeah.
Like, I would love for it to happen, but I don't think...
Cass, they should just fire him right now.
He's just not... I don't think he's going to be quite ready, but it's still a possibility.
They should just repackage him as Test.
I really thought you said they should just fire him, so that's why I was ignoring you.
I did.
Oh, you... Screw
Just
I'm not
let
gonna
repackage him
make
as
it
Test.
so
Like, literally, they should just pretend like Test never really died.
Test died.
They can give him, they can give him Test's music. They can call him Test, and we can just completely forget that Cass was ever a thing.
That's so mean.
That's really dumb, though. That's like forgetting Sister Abigail was part of Bray Wyatt like a few months ago.
People want to forget that, though.
Yeah.
People want to forget that.
Okay, so here's another injury return that we can say. So, Shinsuke and Roman are the final two people in the ring, or so they think. Then you see the countdown on the Titantron.
I think the injury return I'm waiting for the most is Kamala.
Number 30, Dean Ambrose. He
That'd be
eliminated Roman.
Kamala's gonna hobble his ass down there with his 1 foot.
Oh, you're such a troll. I had to think about who Kamala was for a second. You're such a troll.
He's gonna hobble his ass down there. He's gonna toss somebody over, and he's gonna win that shit. First one-legged man to win the Rumble.
Dean Ambrose comes out, eliminates Roman, and then Shinsuke eliminates Dean.
That'd be interesting.
All right, we're over 2 hours now, and we're about a half an hour from NXT Takeover starting. So I think we've got all of our ideas out.
Information.
And yeah, so thank you everybody for watching. Thank you guys for joining the podcast today.
Join the rise. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Everybody, we love you. We love you. We love you. Smash that like button.
Plug.
We will catch you next time, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna leave all of the links to our Facebook groups down in the comments. We actually have a new Facebook group called For the Love of Wrestling. Pay-per-view pick'em, I think that's what he called it. So I'll put everything down in the description box. Please leave a like, comment stuff you want us to talk about. Have a great night. Enjoy the next couple of days of awesome wrestling, and we will catch you later. See ya.